Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with an insight video here in regards to how much YouTube actually pays with 1,000 subscribers. So this is a very commonly asked question, and I understand I'm in a unique position where my channel isn't the largest. It doesn't get the most views, but for those of you that are interested in a hobby or a specific niche or even a mobile game, I'm hoping this video can help clarify and provide that insight in terms of if you want to get started and if you want to participate and proceed with that kind of passion. It's definitely a really fun opportunity, especially if it's a hobby that you want to take advantage of. So first and foremost, a little bit about my channel before I get started with the nitty-gritty details here. I'm a passionate free-to-play gamer, and I'm focused specifically on providing updates and game guides to mobile game known as Marvel Strike Force, which, by the way, guys, is a super fun and interesting mobile game. If you haven't already checked it out, my channel is mainly driven to making content on this, but as well providing guides for players that are casual or free to play. And that's kind of, it's also helped me become even more impassioned into this game. And it's crazy to think that, the last few years of me creating content on this channel has just been on a single game. But if you're interested in a specific field or area of interest or passion, I definitely would encourage it, because it's just a great way to kind of funnel this kind of passion, as well as, bringing that happiness and joy to your life without burning out. So, why, guys? Why did I want to create a channel? I want to talk about the opportunity as a very important stage of this process, because I think it's definitely a more difficult path if you want to just create content that's already heavily congested. But I saw an opportunity when I was starting the game here, actually early January 2020. I was actually looking for guides. I was looking for help just to play the game, and I noticed that there was a lot of end game content creators, but to be honest, it wasn't really helpful when I was watching them. I mean, they would give some really good reviews here, the top 5, top 10 tunes, characters to focus on, and so forth, but I wanted more of a relatable pathway, right? And so I took advantage of this opportunity. There were end game content creators that weren't really helpful in my situation, helpful for other folks, especially those that were spending or using their wallet. But for myself, I was just dipping in this game. I just wanted some friendly advice, and I wasn't seeing that in the space. So, I identified that there was really a lack of casual or free-to-play content to relate to. And that's kind of how it started, guys. So July 15th, 2020, this would have been just a few months after I started playing the game. And I was chatting with my alliance mates and so forth. We were trying to get through this initial villains campaign chapter, as you see on screen here, which actually happened to be my very, very first video that I've ever made, which is Villains Campaign Chapter 7.1, utilizing a minimum investment team. Now, when I created this video, it was more so just to circulate it to my alliance mates, to collaborate with my community, just to give them some help, right? But I wasn't expecting it to actually, garner additional views, and it's really the public feedback and support of the community that kind of helped me push to making more content. I was thinking to myself, hey, wait a minute, there's an opportunity here right now where there isn't really that many casual or free-to-play players making content. And on top of that, my account was relatively new. So I'm thinking to myself, I can document my journey as a player, and maybe my guides and maybe my content can help. And that's ultimately what started this journey, guys. So July 15th, 2020, very first video. It doesn't by any means have the most views on my channel, but it's just interesting looking back when you're taking a look at the historicals and seeing this is how it started, and this is the reason why it started. It was the public feedback and support, people appreciating the help, and I was thinking, wow, I think I may be onto something here. And I definitely would encourage that for you guys, seeing an opportunity in the space that you're interested in, because for me personally, I just wanted help. It was more so from a personal perspective, and then I saw that as an opportunity now to pursue that even more, but as well as share my experience and insight as I'm playing the game and having fun with it. So, YouTube monetization, guys, I want to quickly talk about this because I think there's a fallacy and obviously some incorrect information out there. So I just want to clarify, in order to be monetized, there's a couple of ways, but the main one for advertising revenue, which is, in my opinion, the bulk of the revenues coming through the channel, is going to be usually this criteria: having 1,000 subscribers and at least 4,000 valid public watch hours on the long form videos. So long form videos are anything, I believe, longer than a minute or two, which is not classified as a short, just because the short videos are easier to accumulate views, and as a result of that, they have to have different guidelines. But I believe that this generates much more revenue than the short form videos, just because it is more of a kind of sustained viewership and advertising is more reliable and sustained. So I want to go down the points, guys. I think it's very, very important to have fun and enjoy what you're doing if you're planning to start a channel and gain monetization and work towards that. But it should never be about making money first. It shouldn't be, I want to make a channel because I want to make money, because that's not how I started, right? That's why I wanted to walk you guys through kind of my background and why I started initially, was because there was a goal and there was a purpose and there was a reason for me wanting to do it, because at the end of the day, that's what the value I'm getting out of it. A niche or a game, in this case, Marvel Strike Force, can help narrow down a dedicated audience. And what that's going to bring to the table for your channel is quality versus quantity, right? You can make a generic video where there's a large quantity of views coming through, but are they going to stick around with the content that you make, depending on how you pivot or depending on what kind of niche you want to stay in? That's going to really matter. And at the end of the day, I also like to point out that what is the value in the content, right? Like the why, right? Why would viewers want to watch your video over someone else's? Because we see a lot of saturated channels on YouTube, and this game, for example, there's many content creators. What's going to differentiate, someone clicking your channel over someone else's is very, very important, right? It could be personality, it could be your experience or some sort of different take on that niche or market or a game. But at the end of the day, know what that is, because understanding that strength is going to essentially help you build that kind of base. And especially for my channel, where I don't have a lot of subscribers and I don't get that many views, but I have a very dedicated group that do watch my videos, and I really, really appreciate that. So I think that's going to be really important to drive home, is understanding the differentiation and kind of knowing, at the end of the day, like I said, I want to point out it's important to have fun and enjoy it, because in a way, if you want to make this a full-time opportunity, it's going to be like work, right? It's going to have to be a grind. So, I want folks to understand that this is not a cakewalk, that you don't just get monetized right there. But having said that, there's definitely a little bit of luck aspect to it too. So at the end of the day, the value drives that as well, if there is going to be that sustained viewership, and that's very, very important to consider. So having said that, guys, now to the actual, reason for my video, which is the 1,000 subscribers. How long did it take? How many views and so forth? I want to walk you guys quickly through that. So for 1,000 subscribers, it actually relatively took me 5 months. So to be honest, I don't think that's a short amount of time. I think just because of the content and space I'm in, and it's pretty saturated with the game, there's like a lot of big, well-known content creators. So I was already kind of in a saturated market, but as well, gaining viewership and knowing that people are going to be watching your videos with a different time to take, that takes time for folks to know your channel, but as well as the algorithm for YouTube to kick in, right? It took me about 5 months. When I look at the analytics, it was averaging about 24 to 25,000 views per month. And I think that's relatively low for my channel, which is fine, because this is kind of typically what you would expect with a niche kind of channel. And that's exactly why I want to share this information. My best video was about 10,000 views, and my lowest video was about 120 views. So just to give you that broad range of, some videos can do well, some videos may not. And at the end of the day, that's going to add to viewership, right? Because folks are going to be wanting to subscribe if they see value in your content, to obviously return and garner that viewership and garner that support going forward. That translated to about 5 videos per week. And guys, honestly, I was just playing the game and recording what I was playing. So to me, it wasn't much effort. I don't edit a lot of the videos. It's short and simple, and again, I'm just sharing my experience, which is kind of nice, because there is an audience for that as well. You don't need fancy schmancy videos fully edited every single time. Sometimes at the end of the day, people just want to see a guide or the playthrough or attack order and so forth, which is why I've been able to thrive in my channel, because I don't spend a lot of time editing. It's quite easy for me to make a video for my channel anyway. So again, it's going to depend on your niche. It's going to depend on what you want to achieve with your channel at the end of the day, and that's what I'm hoping to share. And then finally, guys, last but not least, my first month after 1,000 subs. So as you can see here, I got 90,000 views, which is actually a lot lower than what my average was for the previous 5 months hitting the 1,000 subs. But as you can see, the estimated revenue, $295.73. So this is actually in USD, and then as well, what happened shortly afterwards, they do take taxes as well. So it actually got very, very close to like, I think $250 after taxes and everything was calculated. But you can see what's really interesting is once you actually hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, look at the growth there. The month after me hitting 1,000, I actually gained an additional 600, close to 600 subs. So it's nice to see that my viewership went down. But as well, my subscriber count actually went up. So more people obviously accumulating and gaining viewership for your channel. And I think it's just the algorithm of YouTube, you know, catching the fact that there is an active content creator. And again, yeah, this is a very, I would say, reasonable and average kind of revenue based on the views I'm getting, based on a small channel like this focused on mobile gaming. So there you guys have it. Full disclosure here. Let me know what you guys think in comments below. But this is what my first month looked like after 1,000 subs, following my 1,000 subscribership in December 15th, 2020. If you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I'm always interested in sharing, and we're getting close to 10,000 subs, so super excited. But hopefully this helps you guys. For those of you planning to start or thinking about starting, hopefully this gives you some meaningful insight in terms of what to expect. At the end of the day, remember to have fun, because that's what it's truly about, and it should never be about the money, and bringing that passion into some way, shape, or form that suits your personality. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.